The boss of the business group Bamboo Cloud, known to the outside world as the Phoenix of Bamboo Cloud. Initially, Bamboo Cloud was just a small snack shop run by Fuuka Minami's parents. With her exceptional talent in business management, she took over out of interest and gradually developed it into the largest catering group in Nanxiang. When Bamboo Cloud first entered the market of Wonhan City, its growth was not ideal. It's rumored that during the early downturn of the business, Fuuka Minami sought help from the Mahjong Soul Shrine and obtained a secret treasure, which revived Bamboo Cloud overnight. And then it transformed into a huge industrial chain on Champion Street. Since then, Mahjong has become a social game between Fuuka Minami and her business partners. The business world is like a game of Mahjong. Occasionally, Fuuka Minami may fall into a deadlock due to misjudgment, but she seems to enjoy these moments, as if she's returned to the period of rebirth after hitting rock bottom, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. That's gonna be so much editing work to clean that up. Why is it so long?
And then it transformed into a fucking huge orb in the hood.
I didn't realize how much she's just kind of like business leader Morgan.
Oh
This
my
makes
god.
sense.
Wow.
Wow, like an Of the Devil. We've both been playing Of the Devil Chapter 2. That's what's been
Wow,
going
like
on.
an Of the Devil episode 2.
Like an Of
where
the
Morgan
Devil
talks
episode
about playing
2.
Mahjong.
She does! It's in her bio that she plays Mahjong. And I'm just like, oh my god, they're finally gonna add the Mahjong minigame. They didn't, because they hate me.
Fuck. Spoilers.
Oh, spoilers.
Spoilers for what they didn't put into Of the Devil episode 2.
Oh, well. I'm really sorry to spoil for you that they didn't put Emma Rockford full frontal nudity into Of the Devil.
God damn it! What did I spend those $7 USD on?
I understand. You know, they gotta save something for episode 3.
Yeah.
Hi, Ash.
Hi, Ivy.
Merry Christmas. We have like a real Christmas special, which is really funny, because we didn't do a Christmas special last year. And last year we kind of did a Halloween special, but we didn't do a Halloween special this year. And so, like,
one day we're gonna get it all.
What's wrong with us? Yeah, one day.
Hello and welcome to Soulmates.
Wait, hang on. Let me take another hit of the green stuff.
The cream puff matcha flat white.
I'm super wired because I am drinking a really strong matcha, and that's what's going on. Also, it's Christmas Eve.
It's 12:30 in the afternoon, Central.
Also, hello and welcome to Soulmates, where we talk about all our favorite little guys in all our favorite little games. I'm Ivy Fox. You can find me being stepped on, the only thing I asked for Christmas in my letter to Mrs. Claus. You can also find this podcast many places, your podcast app of choice, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. And if you find us there, please give us a follow, give us a like, give us a 5-star review, whatever helps us out against, the enduring algorithm that, chains us all together. And please recommend us to your friends. Word of mouth helps us so much. Is that all I have to say? Anyway, sorry, I'm really wired. Joining me as always, from across the living room carpet, also being stepped on, is Ash. Did
That's me
she
being stepped on.
did she step on your
Um,
mouth?
yes.
Damn, you got the good stuff.
Hi, I'm Ash. You can find me, well, earlier today I was just sitting on the couch, finishing my book and listening to music choice sounds of the seasons, because I'm very, very festive. I finished my book, it was really good, but I'm probably still on the couch, realistically. You can also find me at ko-fi.com/asherlark. You can support the show at ko-fi.com/ivfoxart. It helps us cover hosting costs. They're increasing, and furthermore, uh, we just do the show for fun, so it's nice of you. I run the show's social media at soul-mates-podcast.tumblr.com. You can send me asks about basically anything. I answer all of them eventually. My inbox is empty right now because I'm a good boy.
Send us an
That's it.
ask telling us which gotcha game character you would like to step on you.
There
Our
are right
art-
answers.
Our art is by Rygarden, who you can find on Instagram. Our music, that's by Sueños Electrónicos, who you can find on Bandcamp. As always, all the links are in the description. Go read the description. I put a weirdly large amount of work into writing the descriptions for no reason.
Yeah, for some reason, me and Ivy does the episode description, and I do the Tumblr post, and these are two different, like, independently written descriptions of what happens in the episode. Why do we do this?
In this season, we're talking about the characters from Mahjong Soul by Cat Food Studios, a blend of cute, appealing anime girls with classical Japanese Mahjong. I feel like I did that once. I feel like I did that slightly wrong.
Yostar and Cat Food Studios.
That's true. Well, first of all, Cat Food is a subsidiary of Yostar. Second of all, people got mad at me for crediting Yostar for Arknights because they're not the developers, and they're also not the developers of this. So I was like, I guess I might as well only credit the developers? Question mark?
I guess?
Project Moon doesn't have a publisher. They're a developer publisher. I think? Anyway, hi!
I think?
I don't know what goes on in the business world. Only Fuuka Minami knows that shit.
Only Fuuka Minami knows that. Merry Christmas. It's time for the summer guy.
It's
We're recording this on Christmas Eve, in the afternoon. So it's a true holiday special. But we're covering one of the four great Jianshis, and this one is the one for summer.
It's fine. I think that, like,
for the Southern Hemisphere people, this one's for you.
I like Fuuka. I'm very fond of Fuuka. I do need
fuck out.
anyone who is like looking at the images on the wiki, I do need to make you look at an image for like this whole episode to make sense, okay? If you go down to like decorations and look at just sort of like her normal illustration, it's called Close Confidant. That's the image where she's stepping on you.
Yeah.
And when she came out, everyone thinks that she's very fun. But this
everyone
image
loves Fuuka Minami and nobody has alternate opinions.
Yeah, correct. But this image is very striking. In that she's stepping on you. You can see the bottom of her Louboutin. And like, and so this is what I associate this character with. If you're like Fuuka Minami, I'm like, the one who's stepping on you.
Yeah, the one who steps on you.
Right, the one who steps on you. I recall. And so that's what's going on.
They do her real good though.
They do her real good. Have I shared my like childhood Louboutin story on the podcast?
I don't know if you shared it on the podcast. I know it.
One time as a child, I was at a concert of some kind, a fancy concert. And like I was a fairly young child. I must have been like 10, and there was a cello player in the front row who had like a pair of nice heels on with red soles, and I got really fixated on them. I think she was also just very pretty. I got really fixated
Mm-hmm.
on this pretty woman and her pretty red bottom shoes, and I was like, "What are those?" Dad was like, "They're Louboutins." And I got really kind of like. I got really sort of obsessed with owning a pair of Louboutins someday, even though I was a 10-year-old girl. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's life is weird. I have never owned a pair of Louboutins, but I do consider this sort of like an early sort of indicator of homosexuality in my life.
Listen,
And
Jade has its flaws in life, its
it's
vicissitudes,
really
and I
stuck
need
in
her
my head
Louboutins.
for some reason. And so every time I see someone with red bottom shoes, I was like, wow, it's like that mildly homosexual experience I had as a child. I just knocked my water bottle all over the floor.
Wow.
It's fine. Anyway,
Okay, great.
so I like Fuuka. I'm really fond of Fuuka. I think they do a good I think they do a good job with Fuuka. I love it when they do just like really sexy adults in this game and
Yeah.
have them just be like, "Hello, I'm a sexy adult. Here to like, be a sexy adult about a very specific sexy adult fantasy, and also I have
This
some
is
fun
your
little
sexy
quirks
boss.
to me. It's your sexy boss. She steps on you. It's great."
She steps on you. She's awesome. I love that she has an extremely clear. I'm really fond of when they do an extremely clear like relationship between the character and the player. In this one you're her secretary. You're the secretary at Bamboo Cloud.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's this very precise fantasy that they've given you in which your sexy boss is like sort of nepotisming you all the way up to the top.
Yeah,
To be your personal secretary.
and I think they pull it off really well. I think she's genuinely appealing. She has a lot of
Mm-hmm.
cute little voice lines. She has this sort of like softness to her that is fun and endearing. The description of close confidant, the stepping on you image, is don't be nervous. Just report the results truthfully. She has always been fair with rewards and punishments,
Mm-hmm.
which is like perfect. Tight as a virgin boy. Don't be nervous. She's here
Mm-hmm.
you're here to serve her customer service.
There's my favorite voice line of hers is I think this is again, I don't like go to the actual page with the voices and well, let me just do it so that I'll be correct. Yeah, her Bond up line where she says, "Looking good. Let's go. Today's your debut at Bamboo Cloud. Just relax. As the personal secretary of the Phoenix of Bamboo Cloud, approved by yours truly, you have nothing to fear." And I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
Like
like
this pleases me. You just sort of want like an assertive woman to take care of all of your needs and your life, and also occasionally you will rub her shoulders.
uh-huh.
And she can step on you,
I
and
do
you can do a lot of paperwork.
I do also like how she's constantly sort of like lightly and well-intentionally negging you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, both of her gift receival lines, her like non-preferred gift receival line is 0 points for artistry, 0 points for taste, but 100 points for intention. Keep it up and bring me something more interesting next time.
Uh-huh.
And her preferred gift line is, "Ooh, your taste must be as good as mine if you're able to find a treasure like this. 85 out of 100 points. Don't let it go to your head." It's like, lady, I brought you the perfect gift, and you're giving me like a B plus.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I love her. I love Fuuka.
I think she's awesome. Should we look at her default?
Yes, please.
It's Fuuka Minami. She won't load. Well,
You haven't earned it.
I tried my best.
You're not in a high enough
There
tax
she is.
bracket to load her images.
She's a beautiful woman. I
genuinely love
Go.
this design. I have so much to say about this design.
Uh-huh.
Let's work bottom up.
Yeah. Well,
I
first of all,
love
her Louboutins.
her Louboutins. I love her like her like evil kintsugi Louboutins.
I
With these
know.
like this like rock, this like
The
marble
like
pattern of
lava rock
red.
thing she's always got going on.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like in kintsugi. Um it looks like lava rock. It's this great sort of foundation out of which she rises. Hey, like, what the fuck is up with these like metal tattoos that she
I don't
has?
know. I've been
I
trying to figure this out. I spent the entire time prepping for the podcast today, not looking at her voice lines, just trying to figure out if there was anything that made it any clearer what the fuck these are. I think she's just a cyborg. I have no idea.
yeah,
She just has metal in her skin.
she has these like things on her legs that are like these sort of abstract sort of feather patterns. Um and like some of them, although like sometimes they come off her skin, but they clearly just like cling to her skin. Like she has a little thigh band on, a little gold thigh band on, but that's not what these
Hmm.
things are. They stick to her skin like they're tattoos, but they're also clearly shiny like they're metal.
Yeah,
And
they're
it's like,
made of metal.
yeah, but they're, and so it's just like she has these like weird, she's like metal decorations like indented into her skin. I don't know, but they're really fucking cool.
Yeah, they
Um
are cool. Like they're really hot. I don't know what they are.
they
Um
this is the thing that I like about Fuka. They really do like go so hard on their limited character designs, which I really appreciate.
mhm.
But it's like every part of Fuka looks like Fuka. Oh, you know what would be a fun, you know what would be a fun game? Is
What?
can you identify the character by their bare legs? Um, they show a lot of like bare lady legs in this game, and everyone
Mhm.
everyone has roughly the same body shape. They all look the fucking same. But Fuka, she's unique and identifiable, like bottom to top, including she's got these
Mhm.
fucking things on her legs. And I think that that's awesome, and I don't understand them, but they add her sort of like cyberpunk vibe so hard.
They are
Um,
really incredible. The one on her right leg calf that is just feathers coming off is really fantastic. It's again, I don't understand what these are, but I do want to touch just because of that little sliver between the metal and the skin is really fun.
yeah.
Um,
It does look like she's like growing feathers out of her leg.
I know. It's like it's a really great silhouette too. It's just
Hmm.
like ooh. But the one that's on like her upper thigh on her left leg is really great. Um I like there's an extent to which it's like someone with a reaching hand down to but not her crotch, which is above. It's just like to her knee.
Uh-huh.
Which is also
Yeah.
awesome.
And they're like
Um
reaching towards each other, and so they like the two like, I'm gonna keep calling them metal tattoos because I don't know what to call them. The
yeah,
two
metal
her two
tattoos is
like
good.
metal tattoos like reach towards each other. And like the top one has the sun, and the bottom one has sort of like the molting feathers.
Mhm.
And it's like it's really effective. They're
Yeah.
bizarre. I honestly like. I think that like I think that this little sort of like metal thigh gold thigh band that she has is like almost a little overindulgent. Like,
Mhm.
I don't even
I
really
could do
mind
without
it.
it.
It has like a for some reason it has like restraint. It has like a reasonable amount of thigh squish.
Yeah.
And I get that like there would just be like a chunk of bare skin there, and maybe they want to fill that up. But it feels a little indulgent and a little distracting from like the fun parts of like what's on her leg.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know about the garter. I don't mind it like terribly, but I agree that I could do without it. But it does more than they usually do when they do a thigh strap. Feel like a real object that you can
Yeah,
imagine on somebody. I can imagine this on my thigh, mostly because it has a break in it. And so it doesn't feel like it's a tourniquet, you know?
yeah. This is a
Like,
thing. This is a thing I also notice, on her jade bracelet,
mhm.
which is like What? So she's Chinese.
Yeah, I don't
um,
know if we've established this.
she's Chinese, and so she has one of these jade bracelets, which like is a very Chinese thing. But also, like, I know a lot of older Chinese women who have a bunch of these. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but like, I really like their on her jade bracelet. Unlike most of these bangles, which are just kind of solid and you just sort of slip them over your wrist. Her bracelet like has a clip and a clear like spot where it opens.
Mm-hmm.
And so does this thigh thing. And I think like her whole thing, and we'll get into this more as we move up to her sort of like Gore-Tex shit she has on. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but like her whole thing is that she to me, her whole design is so distinctly cyberpunk. And I think
Mm-hmm.
like the fact that like her jade bangle and her thigh strap are clearly kind of like mechanical objects that like open and move really contributes to that, you know? She has like a mechanical element to her and like everything
Mm-hmm.
she's
Mm-hmm.
wearing that I appreciate.
I'm currently entranced by. Let me go back down and talk about her hair a little bit.
Mhm.
Since it's full length, um, foot length hair. But I do really like it. I've never really appreciated the way that her hair is shaped before, mostly because I look at the top of her head because I look at her emotes.
Mhm.
Um, and so I don't really appreciate that it's got this very distinct silhouette at the top, and then it fans out to the butt, and then it has a little tie, and is a thinner ponytail down to the bottom, which is just like a shape that I really like. Um, I've seen this kind of thing before.
Oh, it makes her
Usually it's
look like a
smaller,
bird.
huh?
Well, cuz it's like she's her hair like fans out like wings and then it like narrows down to like a tail. It makes
Like
her
a
look like a bird
bird.
on the wire.
Oh. Anyway,
Sorry.
I've seen this shape before, though obviously smaller. That's usually just like a braid or a small tail near the bottom of the hair, and I always find it really really nice, just because it has that nice rounded shape but still looks sleek. It makes me happy. But currently I'm fixated on the feathers on her cheapao type thing,
Yeah.
um, which are just coming up the crotch.
Uh-huh. She does. Do you think this implies that she has bush? Um sorry, maybe I shouldn't say that. um yeah. Her dress is kind of like the most like it's fine part of this. Like she's just wearing kind of like your standard kind of like sexified cheapao. I mean it very specifically is sort of like open so that you can see her thighs. Or not her yes, her thighs. So that her like weird tattoos show and like I appreciate that as like a choice that she intentionally would make. Um
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy as a business dress obviously, but like that kind of, she's a sex object in a gotcha game. Um, so some account has to be made for this. But also it gives her a sort of sense of being kind of like, at your job, you have to wear a suit properly. She does not have to wear a suit because she's Fuuka Minami and she's above the law.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but her dress is like not particularly interesting. I appreciate that they go through the effort of like giving it a lining, and giving it some shape. Like it looks more or less like a real garment, even if it's sort of clinging to her stomach unpleasantly. She kind of has abs now that I look at it.
Yeah.
Um, but like you're
I
right
don't
that
mind the navel cling.
the the phoenix feathers rising from her crotch are like really funny.
It's pretty good. I don't mind the navel cling so much, but I know that this is colored by the fact that I just wrote like an entire academic paper about the navel cling. So this is not a joke. I wrote a whole paper about a specific portrait miniature in which Francois the First, King of France, had this miniature in which fabric was clinging to his navel, and it's been referred to as grotesque, monstrous, and horribly bisexual. And
You
so I
should
wrote like a whole paper about the navel cling, and so
you
I'm
should
like, the navel cling.
you should send this paper to May, I think.
Maybe.
Famous hater of the navel cling.
Famous hater of the navel cling.
It's just like, I mean, like, structurally, functionally, someone who kind of knows things about clothes,
Mm-hmm.
you can actually see the detail. This illustration is very lovingly done. There's a lot of like
Yeah,
everything is
extremely.
very textured. But you can actually
Which is great because
see,
it looks really sleek and sort of effortless, but there's a lot to it.
yeah, you can actually see that the lining on this like orange red lining, is quite thick. And so you
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't actually be able to see this navel cling in reality, and that bothers me because
Mm-hmm.
I know how dresses work. Um,
Yeah.
but like it's fine. Um,
It makes it look very thin, which is strange.
and then
It
if we
is sort of
keep
the most cling film dress.
yeah, and then if we keep moving up, one she has more feathers like tattooed across her boobs, which is great. You can
Oh
like
my
barely
god,
see
yeah.
them.
You can
Um,
see them better in well, in her bond partially, but there's in her second illustration, Moonlit Reverie, in which you're having tea with her.
but also at the top of this dress, it shifts to this kind of like it to me I call it Gore-Tex because it looks like sort of like stretchy sportwear material to me. It's got like a
Mm-hmm.
sheen to it. But more of this sort of like lava rock kintsugi um fucking um stuff. Um
Yes.
Sorry, I was looking up kintsugi to make sure I was saying the right thing.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
on the mind because it's in
From Of the
Of the
Devil
Devil
episode
episode
2.
2. I just wanted to make sure I was saying the right thing. Anyway, um, and like this really shifts into like the part of this outfit that I like, which is that like again to me and like Ash, you can check me on whether this impression um feels correct. But to
Mm-hmm.
me she feels so intentionally cyberpunk. Like she's got a lot of sort of traditional-ish elements to her dress, but also a lot of stuff that feels very, very high tech. This part of her dress feels very kind of like future fashion, as do her gloves. And her like weird claw thing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like she's she's very much like a woman of the future to me. And she's just wearing this kind of like absurd material, absurdly patterned collar thing. And
Mm-hmm.
it's really good. It gives her like a really particular it gives her dress like a really particular like feeling to it that is very recognizable. I don't know. You know what I mean? Am I making any sense?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I would call her super cyberpunk if it weren't for her metal tattoos and shit. The metal tattoos are make me go like, whoa. Um, and then we're in a whole different realm for like the rest of the image. But
Uh-huh.
it certainly is part of it. I agree with you that the clasp on the bangle is part of it. And definitely her claw, her single claw. Um, and to a lesser extent like her the slight flashes of bright blue in her design help with this bright
Mhm.
blue on black, and these metal attachments to her hairpiece. All of these feel very like techy in a fascinating way. She's just kind of a cyborg like intrinsically, even though she really isn't. It's fascinating. I also wanted to talk about the clasps on her dress that look like knives to me.
Uh-huh.
um it's the visible stitching, you're right, is super like fascinating. It's a really thick black material, which is interesting. I also like the seam on her underarm that's just like there because they can. That's awesome.
Oh
I think that
yeah.
they should do more of this. Um, but these two like big knife things that are coming across to the front of the dress, that's fucking this dress was made by a workshop from the city of Project Moon. This is some fancy fabric. This can deflect bullets.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and it like I don't know. It's
She has to leave the front open with the boob windows so that people who are trying to assassinate her have a chance.
I also I never noticed the seam on the sheer arm gloves. I don't know what's going on with this. I appreciate that they put like a seam on sheer fabric like sheer fabric has though.
Mm-hmm.
Um but I also like I think her gloves are also funny. Um
Mm-hmm.
they have like this sort of thickness to them that is interesting.
Yeah.
They've got these like big thick armbands that are not particularly elegant and add to this sort of cyborg feel.
Mm-hmm.
They're very sort of like they kind of like taper off and thin out into sort of elegant opera gloves. But they've got this like thin thick bangle on the arm that is like very particular. I love that not only does she have her single claw, but she also has like knuckles as if she could get into like a
I
fist fight.
know.
Um she is kind of like she's sort of statted for a fight.
She
It
really
makes her scary,
is.
you know.
It's I wouldn't call the rest of these the black arm things part of the gloves to me, but I have no idea what else they would be. I guess part of the dress, who's to say? Um
The
but it
sheer
is like,
arm bits, yeah.
yeah, the sheer arm bits. Because they just come up into the shoulder. Um but the thickness of the gloves definitely is really strange. They don't usually do this, I feel like, with these kind of long gloves. They love to make gloves that seem like they are paper thin and just attached to the arm surgically. Um these like thick, I don't know what fabric this would be. These thick gloves are so weird. They're
Uh-huh.
really weird for her, and I think this is kind of awesome. It makes her look segmented in a fun way. Um she's standing already in a contrapposto where you have the left leg and the right arm are relaxed, and then the right leg and the left arm are tense. A classic Renaissance position. Um, and this like, I don't know, something about the clear division at the knee and then the clear division at the gloves is really doing it for me.
Yeah. I also like the I think the one her like her posing is so hot.
Yeah,
Like they
absolutely.
really I feel like a lot of art we talk about on this podcast in any season, everyone is always trying to do like a mid-step or mid-jump pose because they're
Mm-hmm.
dynamic and making it kind of fail and like look like the person is about to fall over. So like
Mm-hmm.
one, like on a technical level, it does not look like she's about to fall over. It looks like she's taking a calculated step. Her leg is like, firmly her leg that is touching the ground is like firmly on her center of balance, which is great. One, it makes it look realistic. Two, it makes her look very confident. And then like the other leg is so clearly like, taking a step forward. And the fact that her leg is like sliding along her other leg
Oh
is
yeah, like
like
that's
it's
the good stuff.
so indulgent. It's so indulgent. They're like, hello. um it's it's good. And I also like I really like the I like the composition of this image a lot. Like it
Mm-hmm.
has it has composition for like a pretty straightforward like character shot. It has composition where like Again, you you look down at her taking a step towards you, and then like the point of the knee and the tattoos sort of guide you up. And then to her hand, and then her hand points you to her face, and then from her face you can follow sort of like the line of her body, down to her fan, which leads you down to this like little tail of hair that leads you back to the knee, and then it's like,
Mm-hmm.
but huzzah, you've seen the woman.
I saw
Um,
you've seen the woman.
and
I
it's
love the rhythm of how her hair is flared out. She's got this little flyaway on the top of her head, and then she's got one on the left that goes up and out, and then she's got one on the right at her waist that goes up and out, and then she's got this little hank of hair on the tail that is has split away from the rest, and that's on the left, so it just goes right, left.
yeah, and like everything in the image really just like it is kind of like a chaotic image, but everything does a really good job of just like pulling you back into like moving your eye around her. So genuinely a really thoughtfully composed image, IMO. I also like, on the
Mm-hmm.
topic of her hair, one, I really like this hairpiece that she has. It's, again, it sort of straddles the
Mm-hmm.
line. To me, it's like part of it is these like super machined looking like gold, I'm trying to think, they look like xylophone.
They look like
um
stair steps to me.
Yeah, exactly. They're super machined, but also this like really intricately crafted little gold clip holding the feathers together.
Mm-hmm.
And then she has these sort of like the feathers are more traditional looking, and like these like danglies at the back of her hair are more
Mm-hmm.
traditional looking. Um, and so again, it does a good job of like bridging the gap between like it's like traditional Chinese stuff and this sort of like future wear look. Um, one
Yeah.
thing one thing about her hair that I really like is just that it's kind of messy. Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
like it's just like she clearly like has a hairstyle, but also she just like, she's got this weird little braid in the back that maybe she just like pulled some hair into. And it's just like stuff is sort of like falling out of place everywhere, and it makes her look like busy in a way that I really appreciate.
Mm-hmm. I
She's
mean,
sort of
she's got
like,
that classic like CEO style where she's like effortless. I don't need to really dress up for a day at the office and have a neatly pinned bun. I'm just, I exude power.
mhm. um, her fan is a fan. her
Her
fan
fan is a
does
fan.
her fan does is kind of like has this like leather, um uh oh, what is it called? It's
I
not
have no idea.
stitching. Like interlaced leather straps thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um that like does kind of make it look like she's gonna hit you with it, which I appreciate. Um she um it's got a little Chinese tail on it. It has her one mahjong swag, which is this
The
south
South
tile,
Wind.
um, which I believe is the tile associated with summer. Um, that feels right to me.
I'm fact checking.
Yeah, because north is winter, right? North is winter. Yes. East is spring. South is, yes. I'm almost 100% sure on this. She is the
Okay.
south because she's summer. Um, ba 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 ba. And like finally, I think we've been over pretty much everything. But I think her expression is really good. She's not really doing much with her mouth. But I think just like the positioning of her head is really good and very clear. And like the one eye staring straight at you, and then the
Mm-hmm.
one eye like looking out at you from behind, like peeking out from the curtain of hair, is like is good. It's good. I think it's good.
I think it's good. Um, the one complaint I have about her hair is that what is up with this like single braid that is in front of all the other hair that is like behind her?
I
What is
I couldn't
how
tell
could this
you.
be? How could
Uh-huh.
this be? Fuuka, how could this be?
She has technology beyond your understanding.
She has technology beyond my comprehension.
My assumption for why that braid is there is just that, like, if you look next to her waist,
mm,
um there's just like, if that braid wasn't there, there would just be kind of like a blank piece of canvas. And maybe they just didn't like
uh-huh.
that and they were like, just throw a ponytail in there, it's fine.
Just put some more hair in there.
Yeah, just put a fish
Why
braid in there.
not?
It's fine. Yeah, why not? She's got hair. She's got hair to spare.
On the other hand, her feather, headpiece is just on the edge of being too busy slash complicated, but it's so necessary to form the iconic Fuuka Minami silhouette that I can find no fault in it whatsoever. Both the feathers sticking up and, to balance it out, these gold uh stair steps, I guess, on the outside are like it's such a perfect little thing. And I know that I think this partially just because that's what Fuka Minami looks like, but like I have to appreciate the piece that makes Fuka Minami just look like Fuka Minami. If you have a piece of branding, you might as well.
Yeah. And this triple feather shows up a couple other places. Namely, it shows up in her crotch feathers, which
So
I think is really
true.
funny. Yeah, I don't know. She's got sort of like the classic sort of like phoenix red eyeliner. Um
I was checking to see if any of the other great Jianshis had these wind things. Um and yes, Kazuha has the west wind
yes,
on her sword
cuz she's fall.
cuz she's fall. And Lily Kitahara, I guess, is just from the Northlands.
Yeah,
She doesn't have it on any of her things, but like she's from the north.
she just is north.
She is north. I also don't think Korone has anything
It's fine. I don't really give a
on.
shit about Korone.
Yeah, nobody really gives a shit about Korone, but she just has a bunch of flowers, so that's fine.
Uh-huh. Should we talk about emotes?
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about emotes.
We gotta talk about emotes.
We gotta talk about emotes. It's Minamafuki Zero, the first emote. In
Wow,
this one, look
it's
at
the boring
this.
one.
In this
It's
one,
like,
she's in a
hello.
commercial, and she's like, check out our wonderful product.
Um
This is
yeah,
my object. Do you like it?
I don't know why they put this one in here. In this one, she's just gesturing. Um I do think that they do her chibi. I do think that they do her chibi like justice pretty well.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
they render this outfit quite well. Um but like, I don't know what's up with this emote. She's got the sun behind her. Maybe she's like, look, it's the sun. I'm a
Look,
phoenix. Did
it's
you
the
know?
sun.
Observe the sun.
Our new product, sunlight.
Dark.
Without us, who knows what
Dark
would
joke.
happen? Just
Fuka
like in Of
Minami
the Devil,
is
episode
bringing
2.
sunlight to the lower wards. God damn it.
As a member of House Icaria.
I think this is a good demo of the fact that they do her chibi pretty well.
Yeah,
But also is so boring. I
it's so
don't even
boring.
know why it's here.
I have no idea why. I don't know. It's like perfectly acceptable. If this was
She
the best thing in one of in a less good emote set, I'd be like, yeah, it's fine.
she could at least be gesturing like with her claw hand. She could at least be
I
gesturing like
know.
with her
Come
fan.
on.
Like, give her something.
Give her something.
I guess she's got the sun, so like, good for her.
I guess she's got the sun. Moving on to Minami Fuka 1, the second emote.
In this one, she's just been objected to in Of the Devil. Um, I'm fond of this one though. I think okay, so like, critique. I think that her hand gets lost in this kind of like dark gray of the collar, and also just sort of like
Absolutely.
how much kind of like black and dark brown and gray there is in
Mm-hmm.
her. That being said, once you can see this um once you can see the hand and that she's doing a pose, one, shockingly detailed hand for an emote.
Yeah, I
Two,
know.
it's a really good pose. And
Mm-hmm.
also her hand is pointing up at the exclamation marks, which is fun. Um, and she's like,
Ah,
objection. Me?
I was wrong.
She looks so
Minus
startled that
three
something has
chips.
gone. She looks so startled that something has gone wrong. It's like, what?
She really is just CEO Morgan. Whatever. Just thinking about this too hard.
Morgan in the mirror
Yeah.
world.
I mean, she's halfway to doing that like thing where you put your hand up to your up to your cheek and you're like, oh, and you're Nanami from Utena.
Mm-hmm.
But not quite, which I appreciate because I don't think that pose suits her that well.
Yeah, it gives her
Um,
a little bit of restraint.
it gives her a little bit of restraint. I think I'm a little bit less sold on this pose than you are, just because it feels a little bit like half-hearted. But I do appreciate that they're doing something with her body rather than doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I also I think that in the previous one they do her face especially well. I like you can't see her her red eyeliner in the actual image that well, but here it is here. In this one I think necessarily because of how they show her like face being shocked. It looks a little bit more like messy. It's the lack of eye shine and everything, which I know is normal, and the fact that all of the red gets lost again in how much shit is in her hair. But you know there are much worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like the sort of like the indignity in this one. She's like, I can't believe that you would ever do that to me, Fuuka Minami. I feel like
I
it gets
cannot believe you'd do that to me.
it gets across its mood very very clearly, and I have to appreciate it for that. I there's some flaws with the art. I agree that the face feels a little unbalanced, I would say. Um, but like I'm chill with this one. I don't think it's the best one in the set, but I think it's effective for what it does.
It's fine.
Uh-huh.
Minami Fuka 2, the third emote. This one is a standout because on this one, she's counting on an abacus like a merchant.
She is
And
counting
she
on an
looks
abacus.
so proud of herself. She's like, hee hee hee, look at me counting my earnings on my abacus. Did anybody else have an abacus as a kid? I had an abacus as a kid, and maybe this is like 90% just that me and my brother were so weird. Um but like I had an abacus as a kid. I would like to move the beads around on this. Oh, this isn't an abacus episode though. Mostly it's about Fuka Minami and she's like hee hee.
Abacus pilled.
I'm
Um
abacus pilled.
I agree. I think this facial expression is very simple but very 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 effective. Her smug little asymmetrical smile, these little sparkles. Um the fact that she's counting on an abacus is so funny. It's like,
Mhm.
girl, one, you have calculators. Two, don't you
Mhm.
have people for this? Don't you like guys who do your counting for
Don't you
you?
have people for this? It's
Yeah.
so good though because like there's only so many ways that you can show Fuka Minami has a lot of money, and
Uh-huh.
loves counting money. This is such a specific and like perfect to the situation prop for I am a merchant and I have like I sell things and have money,
Yeah.
holding an abacus proudly.
And it plays into her sort of like, old school like Chinese big business lord kind of shtick.
Uh-huh.
I appreciate it. I think it's like, if you look closely at it, this abacus kind of looks like shit, but there's no
Mhm.
reason to look that closely at it. And I think it's like I think they genuinely do a really good job of making this clearly read as like as an abacus.
Uh-huh.
Um
It's obviously an abacus.
it's obvious what she's doing. Even though this object is just kind of like abstract brown squares.
Mm-hmm.
And it's well done. I can't deny it. It's like I think her fingers are positioned well. She's got this like one finger that's like clearly like counting specific beads that's like lifted up. It's good. It's good. I like it.
We love props on Soulmates.
We love objects
We
so much.
love objects. And they gave
We
her the
love
best object
objects.
of all.
The abacus.
The abacus.
Uh-huh.
Don't you wish you did all your calculations on an abacus?
I work in the arts.
But you could be balancing your checkbooks on the abacus.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, Minami Fuuka 3, the fourth emote.
This one is good.
Mhm.
One, the radiating lines of golden light that are not just like lines of golden light, but are also like themselves glowing. They have like a glow effect to them. Really funny. The laughing behind your fan, really iconic. Distinctly, like they've done laughing behind your fan before, but distinctly she's not doing a very good job at laughing behind her fan. Like it's not
Mhm.
covering her facial expression at all. And so you can see this like a weird, smug little kitty smile on her.
Mhm.
I even really like this like sort of index and middle finger like spread out across the fan. Has a very particular mood to it. I think this one is really good.
It's really good. I I think that one of my genuine complaints with Fuka's character design, and this is fine because you don't really see her fan; it's closed. It's just that her fan is kind of boring,
Uh-huh.
and it's not any less boring here, which again is fine because it's closed in the main art. So it's not like they need to put a big design on it here or anything. It does remind me of the Academy director from Uma Musume, but I think that's a me problem. Um, I don't know, it's so boisterous. I love that you can kind of see that her other arm is, like, putting her hand on her hip, and so she's completely smug.
Oh yeah. I didn't even notice.
One
That's
hand on
great.
hip,
Oh,
turned
actually,
the other way with her fan.
I just noticed that like from the positioning of the dress, you can see that she's got this like she's got this turn to her. It's actually a lot
Mm-hmm.
of like that's actually a lot of fine detail.
Yeah,
Um
it's very subtle.
it's got like real posing. That's good. This one's good, IMO. I like this one. I agree that her fan is kind of boring and she just like has a fan because she's an upper class Chinese woman.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's like if you're gonna make her do fun stuff with it, that's fine with me.
Oh yeah, it's a prop for this emote.
Uh-huh. Actually, we have like 3 fan emotes in a row, which is really funny.
Okay, but shout out to Minami Fuka 4, the fifth emote, in which she's Skybright.
She is Skybright.
She's
from
Skybright from Dream of the Red Chamber, which is to say she's breaking fans.
I almost said
Um,
Skybright from Of the Devil. Um
She's Skybright from Of the Devil. I love this one. I love the dark, like, maroon background. I love how happy this is one of my greatest, like, pleasures in a character is, like, guy who's really happy and smiling but very mad. Shout out to being Morgan of the
yeah.
Devil. She's snapping her fan in half. She's just, like, so obviously pissed off in a very, I mean, she's got the big pissed off marker on her. It's not like it's a secret. But it's such a good externalization of that to just, like, snap this wooden thing in half. I love the lines coming out of the snap and then also the bigger lines coming out from the background. It's good. Kill.
Yeah. I think this maroon background with the white sort of like burst over it
Mm.
is like way more striking than if those had been reversed, which is sort of how it usually is. And it like makes this feel very dark and very striking. Yeah, I love the sort of parallels, but like you know, there's sort of layers of impact of this fan breaking. There's this like these little yellow impacts and then the big white impact in the background. I love her big fucking smile. They just like I love how little they need to do to like if you could take away the fan and take away the anger mark and take away the background and it would look like she was just happy. And I think that's really really good. That they don't have to work to make the smile strained. The smile is she's so good at presenting a genuine smile because she's a
Mm-hmm.
businesswoman, and so she can't show it if she's mad. Um, and so it really really works. Um, this one is awesome. It's such a good anger emote.
They also
Um,
don't lean on the typical thing of making the top of her face shadowed, which I just appreciate for visual, uh, uniqueness. I don't
yeah,
know what the word is I'm looking for. Not being the same as literally every other angry emote they have.
yeah. No, I agree. I think this one is great. It's so iconic. She's using her prop in a fun way. She's like doing a thing that feels
Kill.
very characterful, and it's just like a good looking little image.
Kill.
Kill. But yay. Okay.
Yay.
Snaps my fan.
Okay. Yay. In
Yay.
Minami Fuka 5, the sixth emote, she's objecting.
Objection. I don't really like know what's up with this one. I sort of don't really get this one. Um I like they really want her to be pointing.
Mm,
They outline her hand so that you can see it, which I appreciate, but it also makes it look a
that is
little
helpful.
odd. They give it little kind of like little action marks. But I don't know why. I don't know what she's trying to achieve. I like her expression here, her sort of like confident smile half hidden behind her fan, but I kind of don't know what like specific reference. Like I don't know what specific like emotion or concept this is referencing.
Points at you.
Points at you.
I ate one.
One of those, I ate one.
I ate one.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. She
I
does just kind of look like a different character here. I don't know why.
yeah. I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't get it. I mean,
It's like
sometimes it's nice to have a point emote.
it is. I get that. I sort of get its use case, but I also I don't know. I just don't get it. It's like I have no specific qualms with anything in this image. I just like don't understand why it's here.
I'll point at you also.
Uh-huh. Points at you, ooh woo.
Points at you.
Wow.
Okay.
Alright.
Happy for her. We're sorry that happened.
Uh-huh.
In Minami Fuka 6, the seventh emote, she's playing mahjong, but it's not. She's very worried about discarding the style.
Uh-huh. This one is fun. I don't know how Fuuka Minami it is, but you know, she can express a variety of
She
emotions.
plays a lot of mahjong.
She's a human being. Personal thing that I appreciate about this image as an appreciator of a variety of different mahjongs,
Mm-hmm.
um, is that she's clearly playing Hong Kong style mahjong, right? Because the tiles
Mm-hmm.
are big. They're Hong
She's got the
Kong
big tiles.
size tiles. We've seen this isn't just like a thing that they do. We've seen people with mahjong tiles and emotes, and usually they're pretty small because Ricci mahjong tiles are small. But here she's got the big tiles because she's Chinese and she's playing Hong Kong style mahjong,
Mm-hmm.
which I appreciate. Anyway, um, I think this one is really well done. I love her little pinprick gray eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love how much you can still see the red eyeliner, but it's been really thinned down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like the sweat drops are really effective. It's like they do a little bit of like extra shading on this shadow, which I appreciate. I think it's cute.
It's really, really very good to me. It conveys such a clear thing, in very little space,
Mm-hmm.
and it like I don't know why I feel like I don't. This isn't like a meme recreation or anything, but
It's
the facial expression is so distinct that it makes me feel like it is.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I feel like this is like from some kind of like manga shot or something, right?
I know.
L- Like it feels familiar, but
I don't.
I
I could
don't
not tell
know.
you. Maybe it just is. Maybe I'm just used to this Fuka Minami emote. Who's to say?
Who's to say? Oh, this Fukumanami emote is a reference to Fukumanami.
Oh,
Oh,
from Of the Devil.
from Of the Devil.
Oh, nervous about defense is a mood though.
Uh-huh.
Me playing fucking mahjong every day. Minami Fuka 7, the 8th emote. Meh.
Meh. See, this
What's
one's
it look
from
like in
Of
other
the Devil.
languages?
This one's from Of the Devil because it's got a text insert.
True.
I assume that it just looks the same in other languages. Yeah,
In
I
other
mean,
languages, the text box is vertical, which does look a little better.
it does. Oh yeah, you can see her little Ohage thing better. Um,
Oh, in one of them, it's just a dot dot dot, which is different.
wait, in which one? Oh,
God, you think I know? Oh, Japanese.
why is it? Huh. Okay, fair enough.
Beyond me.
I guess Japanese use a lot of dot 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 and a lot of straight lines to indicate this kind of thing. Anyway,
Yeah, but they do that in English as well.
wow. I mean, this begs the question of like, what language are things in this game originally created in?
Yeah.
And I don't know because so much of the game, like all of the voices are in Japanese, but it's a Hong Kong developed, like Chinese published game.
But like look at all of the similar by tags emotes that are all dot dot dot, and for this one they just went meh.
I appreciate the meh.
I like
gives
it.
like it gives it like a unique a unique vibe. I think her facial expression is also very good here. I like the very slight downturn to her mouth. And the fact that her eyes aren't colored in. It's like really, really like she's not doing any posing or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But like just the really dull background and the
Yeah, the
text
solid
box
background does it as well.
and the really simplified facial expression does a lot here, and it's really effective for how quite simple it is. Um, and it feels like to me the meh feels very appropriate for Fuka, because I don't know it feels. No, I can't back that up. It just feels right to me.
Mm-hmm. It is
My
right.
emotional stance. It's right.
Meh.
Yeah, it feels like she's grading your paper.
Meh.
She's giving you a
She's
performance
grading your
review.
gift.
Right.
100 for
0
effort.
100 for effort.
Bring me something better next time.
Meh.
Meh.
I think this one's good.
That's
I
not
don't
how
think
I
it's
feel
meh.
about this emote. How I feel about this emote is, yay!
Yay.
Meh.
Meh. Last one?
In Minami Fuka 8, the 9th emote, stonks.
Stonks.
No.
No, where's
No.
Stonks?
Stonks. This is inaccurate because this would never happen to her.
You always gotta give well, there's a whole thing in her write-up where she's like, sometimes she's in a
yeah.
deadlock, blah blah blah. Anyway, You always gotta give it up for a full body. We love a full body. I sort of like pathetically collapsed upon the ground. They do really fuck up her leg tattoo thing here, though. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just kind of like a blob of dull gold and
I
red.
mean, because, like, what do you do with it?
Like, that's fair. But it is like. I spent so much time looking at her legs that I can't help but look
Mm-hmm.
at this and be like, why'd they do it so bad?
Why did they do it so bad?
But this one's cute. I like it. Stonks.
Stonks. No.
We get a decent amount of these like collapsed upon the ground, and I always appreciate them because just like the full body helps like break up the visual monotony of the whole set.
Mm-hmm.
And I think our posing here is like perfectly serviceable at worst. Um, and the big stonks arrow just like gives it a particular flavor that like no one else could have, and that I appreciate.
Stonks.
Stonks.
No.
No.
I like this emote so much. It's
Yeah.
just really funny.
Yeah.
It's just the best way to convey this for her.
It's a really good combo to go abacus counting into stonks down.
Stonks.
Stonks.
No.
No.
Stonks. I don't think so. Okay, great. Should we take a 5-minute break?
Let's take a 5-minute break.
Ooh, okay, we'll be back.
We'll be back. Oh my god. Go take a walk.
Go take a walk.
麻雀でお客様に手心を？それはよろしくないわね。何事も全力を尽くす。それこそが真のおもてなしでしてよ。今までのお客様もどれほど惨めな結果になろうと満足げなお顔をなさっておいででしょう。ド M？ さて、何のことかしら。
And then all the backup singers are like, Steppin' on Santa Claus. And
I
then,
was just listening to this earlier.
and then baby Michael Jackson is like, I did see mommy stepping on Santa Claus.
I was listening to the Dolly Parton, I Saw Mommy Stepping on Santa Claus.
That's so funny. I like the Jackson 5 original. I think it's so funny that is sung by baby Michael Jackson.
Baby Michael Jackson.
Baby
He's
Michael
there.
Jackson.
He saw it.
He saw it. He saw mommy.
He didn't know they
stepping
were
on
into
Santa.
gender play like that.
Anyway,
Thank you. It's a Christmas miracle.
it's a Christmas miracle. I did see mommy stepping on Santa Claus.
I did.
Should we talk about Fuuka Minami Bond?
Yes, please.
This one has a proper line. For whatever reason. They actually all have proper...
Instead of it being available after making a bonding promise with Fuuka Minami?
Instead of that, it's, a phoenix does not perch on a tree that is not of good quality, and I am equally selective about the people around me. Since I have entrusted this important task to you, I will naturally trust you 100% in the future. So don't overthink it. Just unleash your abilities. Now,
Okay.
the reason why I was trying not to laugh the whole time I was reading that is because a phoenix does not perch on a tree that is not good quality, and then comparing you to the tree does mean that she's stepping on you.
Let's go.
But like actually, right?
Yeah.
Wow. I did see
Wow.
mommy stepping on Santa Claus.
I did. Hey, her incredible number of phoenix tail feathers
Uh-huh.
that are big peacock feathers
Uh-huh.
are like everything to me.
They're so, like, someone, whoever the fuck illustrated Fuuka Minami cares about her so much.
I know.
Look at how lushly and lovingly these feathers are drawn, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can see, like, individual, like, strands of, feather bits. I don't know feather terminology.
Mm-hmm.
Apologies to the feather lovers. They're so nicely textured. They're so just, like, lovingly, lusciously done. I love that
They're
they're
so
like
shiny.
I love that they're patterned with the same kind of, like, red. Well, like, the yellow ones are patterned with the same sort of, like, red sunrise circle pattern that's on her thigh.
Mm-hmm.
And then the red ones are sort of like an inverse of that, which is fun. Um
Mm-hmm.
they're great. Her outfit has
They're
not
so
really
good.
changed.
No, it really hasn't.
But this image is
I
just like
mean,
all about these feathers.
it is all about these feathers. They've changed a couple things about her, which are interesting. Again, you can see a little bit more clearly that these metal tattoos are on the surface of the skin, but it does not get any clearer, like, what they are. They've changed the tattoo on her right leg, just I think really just because you can't see it on this pose if it's the same.
Right.
And so they've changed it to a different little sprig of feathers here. Which is fine with me because as much as you can see her whole ass in this image, I'm less focused on her whole ass, sorry women, than I am on the metal tattoo on her left leg, which I think just looks really great in this image. I think these
Yeah.
are hot. I don't know what they are, but they're hot.
They really, like, give it a lot of sort of depth and texture, and it's, I don't know.
Give some depth and texture to that ass.
I do think that she, like, a thing that, like, we kind of, like, didn't critique, even though it is a criticism that I have, ish, it's fine, is that, like, she's her waist is so snatched in the first image. It's not so snatched. It's not the most snatched waist we've ever seen. It's more fine than a lot of stuff we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the sort of proportions and posing of her body here really work for me. Like they've kind of, like, I don't know. She looks a lot more like a real person here in the way her body parts attach to each other.
This is true.
Which I appreciate. Her boob does sort of, like, go up a little too far into her armpit, which is a critique I often have.
Mm-hmm.
Boobs attach to the body pretty low. Also, boobs are part of your body, and so they shouldn't look like an attachment. Nonetheless, but they've replaced...
Boobs are not part of my body. So I don't know why you said that.
Her cheongsam is the same, but they've replaced sort of, like, the underdress lining thing with black, which gives her sort of, like, this darker look.
Like the gloves.
They've changed her shoes. Yeah, they've removed...
They have changed her shoes, yes.
They've removed all of her kind of, like, lava rock stuff. And
I guess because they're too busy making her a real phoenix.
I think the idea... They've removed all of her lava rock stuff, and they've replaced it with this sort of, like, black and gold look, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the idea there is that, like, in the first one, she's in the embers, and she's, like, incubating, and now she's, like, risen, and she's, like, all gold.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that's what's happening. It's relatively striking. It does a lot with a little.
Yeah.
They've changed, like, a couple details. Now her hairpiece is all gold, which is fine.
I love that her hairpiece is all gold now. I love that it's the same silhouette, but it's on the other side of her of her head, and it's just like they've just replaced the feathers with gold. I think this is so cool. I don't know why this is, like, my absolute favorite thing that they
Uh-huh.
have done here, but it makes me really happy.
Hey, why does she have the mark of Cain from Supernatural?
Great question. Well, you see, God placed that upon Cain after killing after after Cain killed Abel
Uh-huh.
and was like, all will fear you.
Uh-huh. But, like, it's so... I mean, like, you know, she's scary. That's fair. She's Cain? She has the mark of Cain? This makes sense
I
to
guess.
me, I suppose. Anyway.
She's so close to being naked in this image for a
She's
woman
so
with so many
close.
clothes on.
Uh-huh. I don't know if I would call this so many clothes.
There's at least 3 clothes.
Here's the clothes that she has on. She has on... I guess it goes down to her crotch. So she has on, like, a tube top.
Yeah, tube
and
top.
She has a tube top and, like, a scarf on. That's what she's wearing
And
currently.
a fur ruff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about the fur stole. A classic, like, piece of clothing that counts as a piece of clothing towards you not being
Yeah, that's
naked.
her clothes.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. I think that's great. I love that, like, the more naked she becomes, the more she becomes like an actual literal bird.
Yeah.
It's
Do you think that Fuuka is an actual literal bird?
I
don't think so in the lore, but I want it to be true.
Uh-huh. I think that, like, this image definitely, to me, does a good job of, like, this background is super fucking abstract. Like, it's not like this thing could never exist. No, I take this back. I don't think this is a real thing. This, like, you know, this, like, faux Chinese window and these, like, panels, and it's like, if you look at it hard enough, like, none of it makes any fucking sense. She's not sitting on anything except her own feathers.
No, she's not.
And, like, this little maple bonsai, like, should not be there. That doesn't make any sense. These fans don't make any sense. This, like, I love this big swoop of gold in the background. But it's completely abstract and it doesn't make any sense.
It's like it looks like it should be the base of a very fancy chair, but the chair is just a window.
And I think, like, to me, but, like, I don't, and, like, what are these fans in the background doing? Who fucking knows? But, like, to me,
shielding her ass.
To me, this isn't a critique. To me, this is sort of like idealized dream Fuuka, in which she's sort of like arisen to become a literal goddess. You know what I mean? And I actually genuinely kind of appreciate it for its sort of abstractness and how she's
There's famously
sort of, like,
too many goddesses in town already.
And how she's become sort of like a little bit sort of bestial, and has, like, weird marks on her body and things.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate it for this.
Yeah, I like it. I really like the ambiguity as to whether or not as to what these feathers are and what she's doing and where she comes from in general.
And I really like, there's a couple little details I like here. I like the posing of her shoulder. I think, like, I think her left shoulder actually looks fine. Yeah. But I love how it's like her left shoulder is sort of like up and tensed. And her left arm is very tense, but her left shoulder is very low. You can't, or just her right shoulder. You can't see her right arm, but it's sort of like relaxed beside her. Gives her this nice vibe. She's like, once again, she's got sort of the same, she's got sort of the same kind of, like, slight smile looking at you from behind my hair thing. But just, like, the tilt of her head is a little bit different. And it gives a different impression in this relaxed look. She no longer feels, like, as expectant. She feels very chillin'. I don't know, I'm very, very fond of this image. It's got
tripping
like...
balls, and I think my boss is a big naked bird. Help.
others have searched for. Is my boss a bird?
Is it illegal to gather with people?
She's a Meg for sure, is the thing.
She's a Meg. Oh yeah.
She's a Meg. She's a cyberpunk
A derogatory
Meg for
term.
sure.
You can replace it with family-friendly alternatives like Patriot. I love how the clasps of her garment here are an evolution of the knives I was pointing out in the previous one. That these are just like the same little dagger clasps, but now they have these metal this metal stitching that's connecting the two pieces question mark together across a much farther distance. You can already see a good amount of her mon pubis in her default. If you could see her mon pubis in this one, you would know whether or not she's got feathers down there. And she does.
And she does. God, I really do love this, like, fur stole, like, sort of falling off of her shoulders.
So good.
Like,
I honestly, I appreciate it less in the image than I do in the emotes.
The big fur collar to me is just such an iconic part of the sort of, like Hong Kong Chinese, like, rich woman look. And it looks perfect to her. Perfect to her, perfect on her. I don't know. It's just like a really like appealing image. She's like framed super nicely. It's got this kind of like these kind of like this kind of figure eight thing, where it's like her and her tail feathers are one kind of like swoop of the eight, and then this big gold thing in the background is another swoop, and it feels very satisfying. It feels very satisfyingly composed. She's like nicely framed by this big crescent moon wooden thing. Again, it's like all total nonsense, but it is just like, it's total nonsense that's so crafted to be like maximally aesthetically appealing, right? And for that I appreciate it.
I mean, I'm just thinking about like looking at bond ups for guys that we've gotten recently, and looking at outfits we've gotten recently and stuff like that. And the thing about this one is that just at a glance, looking at it, it's so aesthetically appealing. Like, you can zoom in on Fuuka's face and it's appealing. You can zoom out to the whole image and it's appealing. You can just use this circle of the windowsill as its own little framing device and it's appealing. It's like, I don't think there's a piece of this that isn't like just sort of a delightful object to look at. And I'm biased because I love red and gold. These are my favorite colors. And so she's already scored some points with me there. But you know, it's just such a like work of art. And I don't mean this in a lofty way necessarily. I just mean like it's good to look at.
Yeah, my one critique of this in kind of a broader perspective is like, it does, and I feel like a lot of these sort of like limited character bond up outfits have this problem. But it is like, it's not really a new outfit, which is like a little bit of a bummer. Like to some extent, like I appreciate that it sort of keeps her iconic silhouette and so on and so forth and colors. But it is like, it is the kind of bond up where like she's not really in a new outfit, she's just like in roughly the same outfit, slightly more naked. And like that's a little bit of a bummer for a character who we will never ever get any more art of.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, she has like a new metal tattoo that's on her arm now. Fun.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Anyway, I'm gonna watch the animation.
It's expanding.
For this. It's the animation.
Oh yeah, I should watch the animation as well.
She applies her rouge. She puts on her earrings.
There's so much animation to this.
And then there's a phoenix flies
And
across
then
the screen. And then
then you trip
oh,
and she's gone.
huh.
You don't even see her.
Don't even see her. Fascinating.
Cool.
Anyway, I really like this image though. These feathers really do so much for her. It's kind of a shame that none of the emotes really like use the feathers, but such is life.
Yeah. It's okay. Hey, should we talk about one of the most important images to our society?
Which one? Because I think all three, like her Bond Up emotes, are really where it's at. All three of her Bond Up
My
emotes
fault. We'll
are
talk about
incredible.
3 of the most important images to our society.
Uh-huh.
But first let's go with Minami Fuuka 10, the first Bond Up emote, which people might recognize as briefly Ivy's profile picture on Discord.
Uh-huh. She's throwing money. I really like we talk a lot about how like often they have an emote that is just like the guy in the image, but in emote form.
And this is that.
I really appreciate this as an evolution of the image, where it's like she's in the pose of the image, but it feels like, you know, later in the scene when she's still sitting like that and so on, but she's just sort of throwing money. She's just chucking money out there, and it's just so like good.
It's just, this is what I'm doing in the image, except they turned it into an emote with uses. And I really respect that. This image is so good. She's just like being her beautiful self, you know, perched atop her strange window, on top of the world, in great power over everyone, fabulously wealthy. Like, it's so good. It's a really good emote. I like it a lot.
I love her massive smile. I love her like one little kitty fang, making her look like a little bit childish. It's a delight to me. How old is she? 27. That tracks.
Yeah. Forbes 30 under 30.
It's a really good emote. It's
I just want to keep looking at it, but we don't have anything else to say about it.
Yeah, not really. Oh, I did want to point out they do something slightly interesting with her fan and her Bond Up. They at least do something with her fan. They give it this little maple leaf pattern.
Oh yeah, they do.
Which, you know, they're doing something.
It's open.
It's open. I actually like the, you know, moving back to the image briefly, I actually like the bigger fan better, in which they've like emblazoned it with a south. I think that's more iconic than just this little maple leaf pattern, but it does look good. And they've implemented it into the emote by putting chicken feet on the emote fan, which is fine.
It's just fine.
In Minami Fuuka 11, the second Bond Up emote. No, 1-1. Sorry, my bad.
It's okay.
Arise, my phoenix.
Go, my bird.
Go, my bird. Bwah.
In
this one, she's doing a summoning in Final Fantasy.
Yep, in this one, she's a summoner from Final Fantasy 14, and she's gonna take that carbuncle and she's gonna turn it into a big old phoenix.
I think this one is so great.
It's so good. I love that they dim her because she's in the foreground. I love that her pose is just like, let me raise my arms up to the sky and to look like a bird.
Like, my favorite thing about it is actually how, like, mildly impotent it makes her look. Like, she really looks like just kind of like a little cutie. They could have made her look, you have to keep in mind, they could have made her look cooler. Sometimes they, like, do emotes where they do, like, you know, real faces, but they kept her a little chibi so that it would be, like, kind of cute and funny, and it really works.
Yeah. I love her triangle mouth. Her triangle mouth is the best part.
The triangle mouth absolutely does it. She
has a beak.
And then this phoenix in the background looks sort of like perfectly serviceable. It's cool. It's a cool phoenix.
Yeah, it's a cool phoenix. They got her in a dark background. They got some embers and shit.
If I were to be
yeah.
really generous, I would even say that the tail of the phoenix lines up with where her tail feathers are, as if she's like summoning the phoenix from her own ass.
I think that she looks like on fire, like Elmo Fire GIF.
She does. Wait, hang on. Is she Elmo Fire GIF?
I think she's Elmo Fire GIF.
Is that the reference?
I don't think that's the reference, but I think she is.
It could be the reference. She could be Elmo Fire GIF.
Go!
Wow. Incredible.
Kill!
Alright, now it's perfect. I love her blank evil eyes. Really good.
Yeah.
And then we were obsessed with this last one when it previewed. Fucking me when I get you.
Me when I get you.
In this emote, she gets you. In this emote, she reaches across the table
gets you.
and grabs you by the face. Me when I get you.
Gets you. Me
She
when
gets
I get
you.
you.
Me when I get you.
This image, this emote isn't even like the most sort of like perfect image in the world. I just really like when there's just a hand reaching out at you.
Me when I get you.
Me when I get you. What?
I think it's so perfect. I love the action lines of like, the table whooshing past her hand. Me when I get you. I think it's really, really good.
I don't understand the space in this image. The table is not, like, meaningfully real, and if it is, then she is, in a classic move, just resting her boobs on the table while she reaches out to you.
I get what you mean. To me, like, I'm totally willing to forgive this, because it's just like composed like a JoJo panel, you know? It's just a JoJo panel, right? Like it's got that sort of classic kind of like really overdone like anime like
it's
bending
got that classic
space.
Me when I get you.
It's got that classic Me when I get you. And in this one, she gets you.
God, she really does.
I get that it's hypothetically supposed to be her sort of dramatically reaching for a tile, but it's like, it's so like
no,
she's about
not.
to grab you by the face.
Mm-hmm.
Me when I get you.
Me when I fucking get you.
Uh-huh.
What is she gonna do?
Once she's got you?
Yeah.
Whatever she wants.
Damn. Paperwork.
Damn. Great. That's Fuuka.
That's Fuuka.
They go by so quick. And there's only two of
them.
They
do go by so quick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Fuuka. I really like her.
I like her. We have to do numbers.
Yeah, let's do numbers before getting to our other stuff.
Yeah. Fuuka Minami may fall into a deadlock due to misjudgment, but she seems to enjoy these moments as if she has returned to the period of rebirth after hitting rock bottom, like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Cute.
How cute is she?
That's a really good question. I
don't think she's that cute.
I don't think she can be that cute. I also don't think she's a zero. I think she's got a sort of genuine sort of enthusiasm to her that is that is a little bit cute. I think I'm gonna start us at an incidentally cute.
Well, she's Helmo, so you know that helps.
She's what? Oh, right.
Helmo.
Yeah, and, I tend not to give too much stock to the emotes when considering cute, just because everyone's cute.
They're always cute.
They're always cute.
She is like, she's like happy to be here.
Yeah.
in a way that's incidentally cute.
I
I think incidentally cute is all she is, though.
I would agree. You know, I think her little sort of like grading scale that she grades you on is kind of cute.
Mm-hmm.
She's incidentally cute. I'd be happy to give her a 1.
Uno. Appeal.
Now appeal.
Super
Now
appealing.
super appealing. I will point out that, like, according to the lore of Mahjong Soul,
Mm-hmm.
she does do cultural erasure against minority groups in Wonhan City. I don't know if this contributes in any way, but it's like, you know, it's worth pointing out.
She does do that.
She does.
Well, I don't think that she's a 6.
Okay.
And I think that, like, an important thing about her is that she sucks like Morgan from Of the Devil. She's always making you do extra work and like is a CEO and is like, I love having money and I love money.
Right, she has
and I
to
love
be
playing mahjong on the clock.
she has to be a little bit evil in order for her bit to work. And that sort of can't be fully appealing.
Hey newbie, hurry up and finish the work at hand right away and come play mahjong with me. I really need stress relief now. Phew, I'm exhausted after all these meetings today. Girls kiss girls, be a dear and come rub my shoulders, would you? This is one of your duties as my personal secretary. Just so you know, you're not getting anything from my collection, and no matter how much you like it.
So, like, but also...
You look so harmless, but maybe you'll become a big shot one day.
Oh my god, is that who he got the call from?
She pulls the strings and makes them ring.
She pulls the strings and makes them ring. It's Fuuka Minami.
It's Fuuka Minami.
Fuuka Minami's the one with the hyperlink blocked.
Oh my god. She can give it to me.
Once you're my secretary, Girls Kiss Girls, I'll give you all the hyperlinked block you need.
So I think she's either a 4 or a 5. I think that she's, like, she more than incidentally sucks. But I could be argued to a 5 because part of her sucking is, like, why people like her.
Right, yeah. I think that, like, it's important to keep in mind that she steps on you. That, you know...
Huh? They have masochistic tendencies? I don't know what you mean, Girls Kiss Girls.
She's always been fair with her rewards and her punishments. And it's like, one cannot deny that, like, you're there to be stepped on. And, like, whether you're sort of like, you know, God, I wish I could be her, or it's like, God, I would do anything for her, I think that has to be, at least in this case, it's so crucial to her appeal that it has to count like a point. And so, like,
so
5 feels right to me.
Great.
She's
1
also,
5,
like,
perfectly balanced.
She's kind of a charmer, you know? 1 5. And then...
But what is her Kinsey scale number?
I actually have kind of a lot of thoughts on this. Let me take a sip of water.
Great.
I think that... I don't think that she is straight. I'll start there. I think that, like... I think that there's definitely an element to the fantasy of Fuuka that is kind of puts the person experiencing it what am I trying to say? There's something to the fantasy of Fuuka that is not, like, it is not necessarily necessary to be a man to, like, want that or be in that fantasy. I would argue that it's not even necessary to like be like attracted to Fuuka. Just kind of like the idea of being like at the beck and call of a powerful woman has its appeal to everyone. And also, like, there's something to Fuuka, to me, that is inherently, like, a little bit queer.
Yeah.
One, she's just kind of very, like, she has a sort of openness to her, but she also has this, like, this thing where she has, you know, she like comes from a working class background secretly, and she like dresses all weird and has her like weird aesthetic going, and she's just like I feel like she's queer coded in a bunch of little ways.
She's also kind of like weird and dense in her dialogue, which I appreciate.
And as we all know, women who love women are stupid.
Well, I also think you have a point to like the fantasy of being Fuuka Minami's secretary, who she calls harmless, and who is her personal secretary forever, is sort of like, if you are a man, emasculating, and so it is in that way like sort of for women of all genders, not to equate femininity to submissiveness, but you know what I mean.
Well,
just like
oh, sorry.
the other thing here, which reminds me of it I'm outing myself here, but it reminds me of the route in Mystic Messenger with the woman. People who know what I'm talking about will know what I'm talking about. It's the only woman in that game, and you get to be best friends with her. But she's like, I'm gonna quit my job and open a business, and you're gonna be right there beside me. And so I can't not think of Fuuka Minami as queer, because she's in the same category as the one female route in female focused fucking Otome game Mystic Messenger.
Well, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but like,
Thank you.
Someone will. But like on your point of like the fantasy, the masculine fantasy of being Fuuka's secretary is to some extent like very emasculating. And that is, again, that is the appeal, right? That is the thing that you're looking for. Is to be spoiler from Of the Devil episode 2. People know what I'm talking about, who have gotten slightly further than Ash
Yay!
has. You know, the guy who's like that. It's to be him. Not that he's emasculated, but he's extremely subservient. But like, in a way, as much as Fuuka sort of like treats you in this like constantly undercutting you way, there's also an element to her bond up and to the way she talks to you in this kind of like, in this sort of like you'll be a big shot someday kind of way, that does feel sort of mentor-y, and kind of like bringing you up with her. And I think that like the if you think about like, in media, I'm trying to think of a good one, but something's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. But if you think in media of like women who are secretaries to this kind of sort of precocious, powerful woman, that is often like, it is a little bit like they are chumps, but it's not as much they are chumps as it is with men in that position, and it is kind of like an empowering thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a way, I think she the way that she treats you, to me, is not specifically like a woman, but is closer to the woman fantasy of being in this position, where you're empowered by being next to
Mm-hmm.
this powerful woman.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from you know, today's your debut at Bamboo Cloud. Just relax. You have nothing to fear.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I think she's I don't know, I think all of her fucking crazy tattoos and like weird Gore-Tex gloves and shit, I think that shit's just like kind of queer. Um
Sugar mommy.
Sugar mommy. And so like I don't know what number this lands me on. I just like uh, uh
5?
ooh, 5. That's strong.
4?
I'm happy with 5. I think I would be a happy I think I would be happy with We're so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would be happy with a 5 or a 3, but not a 4. I can't tell you why I feel this way. I feel like
either
a 4
bisexual or only incidentally attracted to men.
I feel like a 5 Kinsey is sort of is our softball answer, and I don't want to give her a softball.
I feel like she's a 5 because, to be fair, I'm interpreting this more from an outside perspective than from a what is Fuuka into perspective.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like I feel like Fuuka is a 5 in the sense that like she's attracted to women and men who could be women.
That's what she means when she says she's gonna turn you into a big shot. She's gonna turn you into a
Yeah.
woman. That's what hyperlinked blocked is.
That's what hyperlink blocked is. Estrogen.
Great. I'm happy with a 5. I think that's a bold answer, and so I appreciate it. So
Thank you.
155. 155.
155.
Okay. So, we have a special little bit.
Ding, 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 ding. Those are sleigh bells.
This episode took longer than I thought because we just had a lot of fawning over Fuuka to do.
Yeah.
What do you want from me? She steps on you.
Yeah.
We have a type on this podcast. It's women who sit in a chair and step on you. Fellas, stay with me.
Fellas, we're back.
But because this was only 2 outfits, we did plan an extra thing that I thought would be cute. Which is, they're always putting out skins for this game, and more those skins come out for guys we've already covered. And so I'm always looking for places to slot extra things in. And I thought it would be cute if me and Ash picked a skin each to talk about that the other one would like to talk about as a little Christmas gift to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And Ash, I would like to go first because I think my backup sucks.
Okay.
just being fully honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So Ash, where the fuck is it? Okay, there it is.
So Ash, where the fuck is it?
Ash, where the fuck is your gift? For Christmas, I got you talking about on the podcast Oracle's Legacy Hinata.
You shouldn't have.
I remember when this skin came out, or even when it was like previewed at low res, you were like, I love this shit so much. We need to find some time to talk about this.
You're correct.
And oh my god, I'm looking at this again after like a while. This shit is so. Why is this shit so pretty?
I know. Can I go? Can I unwrap it?
It's your Christmas gift.
Fantastic. Oracle's Legacy exclusive outfit, Hinata Takanashi, is so good. I already had this tab open, not because it was my backup, but because I was just looking through all of the outfits that we hadn't covered yet, and I was like, I probably shouldn't do this one for Ivy, because I'm really just thinking about Oracle's Legacy Eve Christ, but I do just want to look at her, unironically, is why I have this open. It's like the best nude woman they've maybe ever done, is the thing. Let me be clear, she's naked as fuck. Like, she's so naked in this. She's got a gold collar and these, like, this sheer white fabric that just goes over the front of each boob, but not really, because it's sheer, and attaches to a little gold girdle, from which comes the rest of the outfit, which is all in, like, draped white fabric and goes over... Whatever, man. She's, this doesn't matter because you can just see her whole naked body. But, like, it's so beautiful. The green and purple and cream colors. She's sitting on this bench, and, like, I love her little painted toenails down at the bottom that have a butterfly perching on them, because who cares? I love all of the gold on her. I love these little, like, blue, like, forget-me-nots that are all in her hair. Her face is really great in this one. She just seems to be having a good time, which is very important to me. The gold laurels in her hair, and it's star-studded. It's all, like, celestial and vaguely Greek. Because that's the point of this skin line. I think these birds are really nice. They all look very good. And they're just in, like, a lovely circle around her. And I just think her body looks great. Like, I love the way that the light falls over her skin. You can see it on her legs, especially. Like, parts of them in shadow that are more red. And then just, like, the light that makes them translucent at the edges, which is so good. And it falls on her face and her arms as well, but you can really see it. The way that they render this fabric is just, like, delicious. It's got those great, like, gothic folds, but also you can see bits of the background through it in a really satisfying way. I think that the little, like, just for propriety's sake, the little gold embroidery that they have on the pieces which go over her boobs are, like, great. They look good, and they also, are sufficiently... They have sufficient coverage, so that I don't feel like they're cheating her nipples out of view, as they often end up doing. It's just, like... It's so lush and great, and it seems like such a fitting environment for her to be in, and it also just looks gorgeous. Like, I don't know. I don't even really have opinions about this one in terms of sex appeal. I just think it looks beautiful. It's like a Rococo painting.
Uh-huh. Yeah, if I may.
You may.
I just like just looking at this image, like, even from a distance, it's so, like, perfectly beautiful and lush. Just, like, the colors and lighting on this are so fantastically amazing. I love these fucking birds. I love the like cream colored birds with just a little purple and orange highlights. It's got this, like, really, like, it hits Hinata's sort of color scheme, which is this sort of springtime Easter, like green, purple, yellow, so nicely. Everything is lit super nicely. I love the way that, like, even like the forest floor below her that sort of like fades into vaguer and vaguer shapes, um, is like has this such a strong sense of like the dappled light coming down through the leaves. Um, I love just like, she's got her iconic little blue forget-me-nots in her hair, which like make her feel more like her. Um, and you're right, these fabric folds are beautiful. I love just how like flushed and luscious her skin looks. Like
Yeah.
she's just like she's very like not pale. Um which I think helps make her feel more Greek, make her feel more Mediterranean. But it's also like this is truly like sort of peak Hinata to me, where she's like achieved her ultimate sort of just like being a pure goddess of nature and beauty. Um and it is like, I agree, like for how much like this is an image in which she's not really wearing any clothes. One, there's the details of this outfit that are real, like this little waist piece, um are really nice. The shape of this is really nice. And I feel like it's weirdly kind of like respectful to her, which is a weird way of putting it, where it's like, yeah, it's a naked woman in the forest. I'm not gonna say this is unappealing, but it's like she's a real person doing a real thing. And like that's nice. It's just like the colors and lighting, the way the leaves like fade from this dark to light as they go more and more into the background. It's really great. I really can't help but look at this and think about Infinity Nikki 2.0, but like that's a me problem.
Atdan has got it on lock.
So, is this an Atdan piece?
It's an Atdan, yeah.
It is. Damn, Atdan.
Addan's got it on lock. I also just love looking at the whole Oracle's Legacy collection and seeing, like, no shade to Eve Christ and Samir necessarily, but this is such a, like, fresh interpretation of this, like, brief that's like, oh, do a sort of Greek thing. But they did it for Hinata Takanashi. And so, of course, she's out, in this lush green landscape rather than sort of under the stars in a white pediment.
Yeah. It's just really good. It's a really good interpretation of the prompt. It's a really good Hinata. It's just like, it's just such a good image to just like stare at it and like lid your eyes and let your gaze soften. Yeah. And just let it turn into this just like beautiful blur of shapes and colors. But also like, there's so much like fine detail. The like varying level of detail here is amazing. Look at how fucking annoying these fucking vines with individual leaves
I
on
know,
them must have been to draw.
Atdan, you shouldn't have.
Atdan, you probably have I mean, they're pretty simplified once you look at them closer. You probably have a process for that. But it's like, god damn, this is like, Look at the subtle difference in like lighting between the foreground and background birds. It's like, what the fuck? What's your problem? It's really good. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. I have a gift for you as well.
Whoa.
In the gift exchange. And I know that you're gonna appreciate this one. Because I got you, my friend and yours, Shape of a Fading Echo Yuiyagi.
Let's go. Oh my god. Well, I'm on my wuxia kick. You shouldn't have.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
This wasn't my backup, because I was like, this is what I'm getting for Christmas for sure. Listen, I recently read an extremely good lesbian wuxia and have not been shutting up about it. And it's like, and so, thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh, I love this fucking image so much. Oh my god, I'm like getting hungry. But I need to hang on. Let me smash some vamp while I smash some chips, so I'm not like starving to death while I'm talking about this.
My backup was Draped Murmurs Kaguya-hime, but I did not. I was like, I'm not sure if that's what you're gonna get me. I feel like that was a pretty solid toss up in between. Um, was Draped Murmurs Kaguya-hime, but we'll get back to it.
Ash, I have good news. We've already talked about Drape Murmurs Kaguya-hime.
We have?
Yeah, we talked about it in the May episode.
We did?
Yes. We talked about Snake, the Hua sister, and then we talked about the Drape Murmurs skits.
Oh, well, great.
Uh-huh.
Never mind. It would have been a bad gift.
This is the perfect gift, though. Okay, so, like, things that I love initially in this. I love, like, the overall circular composition to this. It, like, makes it feel really... there's, like, a particular, like, kind of Chinese painting that is, like, painted in a circular frame. You know what I'm talking about? And it makes it feel like that. And it's just, like... I love the fabric flowing off of her body is so wonderful. Like flowing off of her body and then like into the water is just like is so pretty. I love how like sort of fisheye and distorted this background is. Like it's sort of closing in on you. And she is just like she is just like this picture perfect like image of serenity that is what you want from like a wuxia guy. For those who don't know, we talked about this in our like our last season 3 episode, but for those of you who don't know, wuxia is like Chinese kind of like low fantasy martial arts stuff. It at the back of all of the all of the Seven Seas wuxia, they always say Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is a well-known example of wuxia. Wuxia has a lot of sort of like, you know, big stunts on wires and stuff like that. And it's like I appreciate this so much for all of its like they do so much. I really appreciated this skin line because like they do so much Japanese fantasy and I just like them doing some Chinese fantasy. I appreciate that she has a John. I like how simple it is. I love how casually it's just kind of like cradled in her hand. So a big part of wuxia is what they call in the line for this lightness arts. But is actually I mean that's a
I just wanted to give you an excuse to talk about this.
This is a sloppy translation of qinggong. Make sure I'm actually using the right word. Qinggong, which is the sort of like the big sort of like flips over walls and like balancing on bamboo stalks that they do in martial arts movies, and it's also sort of like imbuing your sword with chi or imbuing like your palm strikes with chi, and a lot of it is like running across water or like doing, you know, big flips. And I love how Qinggong she is, where she's in like this absurd position, like balancing on all these ribbons and like above the lake and almost being dragged down into it, and with her sword in this really precarious position. But also she's so like perfectly balanced. She doesn't look like she's going to fall. And it gives such a good impression of this just sort of like Chinese martial arts master or even student, who's just like, you know, perfectly. I was watching some there's I forget what it's called. Something Jian. Tai Chi Jian. I was watching some women's Tai Chi Jian recently. Which is this like ceremonial sword dancing. That is kind of like this concept is based on, and is based on this concept in a sort of cultural circle. in which they sort of like do these like beautiful jumps and flips while like wielding a sword. Um, in all these sword forms, and she captures that so effectively. I love I think this image is like really is genuinely also like super sexy.
Mm-hmm.
She's so like confidently posed here, but like, she's a little bit hesitant. I don't, I mean, I I don't because she feels so in control. I like don't necessarily read her like dress falling off as sort of like, she is in like a vulnerable position per se. She feels very strong in this image. And I like her sort of like hesitant anticipatory gaze here. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They just really really hit the bill of like of this kind of like wuxia apprentice woman. Her dress looks really good, her posing is really good. Her body looks really good, her proportions are very good. Um and I just like I'm a big fan of this one.
Yeah, I think that the way that the fabric flows in this image is gorgeous. I love the little bit that's fallen into the water. It just looks so excellent. Um, and I agree. This image is really sexy. I, I really like her three-peen. It's like it's not
It's
her bra. It's like a
it's like an
piece of her
it's like an
outfit.
underrobe, yeah.
Yeah, I
Her
like
inner
the
robe.
three-peen on her boob.
Uh-huh.
Um, it really charms me. But it is just like a really delightfully, it's color coordinated and just a delightfully executed, like, Yui Yagi doing Yui Yagi things image. In which
Uh-huh.
she's like, look at this cool thing I know. Also,
Yeah.
have
And
sex
it
with me.
um and it's like, all of these little bits, whether it's like the fabric or her sword or like her leg, kind of like point you out of her, like, your eyes sort of glance along a part of her and then out, and then this sort of circular composition always sweeps you back up into these ribbons and then down back into a different part of her, and it's just like a really nice looking image. I like that her eyes are the lanterns.
Mm-hmm.
The just like bright yellow eyes. It's just like a really really stunning piece. It's got really strong
Yeah.
colors. The fabric is so fucking beautiful.
You're
Um
right, the circular composition is really makes it.
yeah, yeah. I spend a lot of time zooming in on images, but like looking at this as a thing, her in this sort of like perfect little sort of fishbowl composition is really nice. And again, I
Mm-hmm.
really like her posing. I love the casualness of her arms. I love how like nominally she's being held in this like absurd position by one foot, right?
Yeah.
Everything else is draped sort of casually off of these things, and she's just sort of being held here by like her hands and one foot. And that's so Qingong, is to just be
Mm-hmm.
like perfectly relaxed in an absurd pose. They really hit it.
I also was watching some Physical 100 the other day, which is a competition show about very strong people. And they did a whole event in that, which was just like hanging on off of ropes, holding onto little rings with both your hands and feet. And this is absolutely what that reminds me of.
Uh-huh. I like it. Thank you for the Christmas gift.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. It's her.
Great.
She's the beauty's blade.
She is the beauty's blade.
Her unseen blade. Anyway, um, oh, great. And that was an episode.
And that was
Hey,
an episode.
we have to randomize
Oh,
for
yeah, we do.
our first character of the new year.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm nervous.
It's gotta be a good one.
It's got to be a good one.
Come on.
I okay. I'm gonna stream to you.
Big money, no whammies.
Actually, Ash, just as insurance,
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe before we do this randomizer, we should say a prayer.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind joining me in clasping your hands together and closing your eyes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Lord in heaven above. How's it going, my main man? First of all, happy birthday. Even though that shit is definitely in spring, sorry they got that wrong. Colonialism, am I right?
Yeah.
Anyway, listen. You know I've been a good girl this year. I ain't fucked too many bitches. I didn't order anything off of Amazon. Every Sunday, I volunteer to feed the hungry, unlike some alleged Christians that I know. And most of all, I'm so nice. So please, for our first Soulmates episode of 2026, give us a good one. It's okay if it's long, if it's a long episode, because we're both on break. Don't give me any one of the bonus episode, please, because we don't, the schedule could use a break. Just give me something good. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. And
Amen.
Also, I just wanted to say, I'm sorry that you didn't make it into Has Been Hotel Season 2. I know you're a big fan of Alistar the Radio Demon. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hey! Well?
I could have... No, I guess we didn't.
No?
I was like, I could have sworn we already did this one, but that's not true.
No.
I've just thought about this character enough that I'm like...
Surely!
That's surely
by
already
now.
a Soulmates episode.
Yeah, surely
no.
by now we must have done this one, but no.
I think we just
Okay.
had a long conversation in the only talking about Dripping Glamour Kagi Hime group chat about this, and I just conflated that with doing an entire Soulmates episode.
Wait, yeah. Okay, great.
Fantastic. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it'll be sort of like a
2026, the year of the...
the year of the
The year
Oh
of
my
the
God.
super laser.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yay, see you next year.
See you next year. Bye.
Bye-bye.
勝負事の頂点に君臨する者は、ハイに愛される強者のみ。